Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel and thanks for joining me for another video. This is Quita from AtHomeWithQuita, and here I share tips on how to plan a balanced life. So if you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Starting the new year with a new setup can be a great way to get organized and feel motivated for the year ahead. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you just that. We are going to be cleaning out my planner and getting it ready for 2023. So let's get into it. All right, you guys, so we are going to revamp this whole thing. We're going to be purging some things out and just reorganizing some things. And I'm really excited to do that because I've had this same setup for a long time. And for the most part, the core of it is going to stay the same, but I am going to change a few things. So I'm going to walk you through that process. So grab your planner and let's all do this together. This is a part of the process. Every year, you should be sitting down and you should be looking through your entire setup to see what worked, what didn't work, and then changing some things out, adding new inserts, and all of those things. So there are several steps that you can take to do this effectively. So we're going to go through each step one by one. There are about 10 steps. And also, you guys, I started adding blog posts to the Fancy Plans Co blog. So check that out. I'll leave a link below. This will be a blog post as well. It'll have this video inside of the blog post, and it'll actually have some additional tips that will help you in resetting your planner for 2023. All right, so let's jump into the first step in the process. What you want to do is you want to reflect and purge your previous year's inserts, okay? So you're going to look through each and every section and you're going to see what you need to update. So start one by one, section by section, and go through and see what you need to get rid of. And then also, we're going to be updating our inserts to the next month of inserts. If you add a whole entire year, then you want to remove the 2022 inserts and add the full year of 2023 inserts. If you use a coil planner, you'll want to toss that planner and then add a whole new 2023 planner because you're not going to be able to remove inserts and add them unless you've had some sort of a hack system. And same thing with the ring bound, this is going to apply to that as well. So I just literally go through each and every insert within each and every tab. I also look in my folders, my pocket folders here, to see if there's anything that relates to 2022, that I want to get rid of because it is a new year. All right, first thing I see is my at a glance pages. Now, in the process of removing your previous year's inserts, remember you're also reflecting. So sometimes I do keep my inserts, certain inserts, if it has like a special memory or an important date or something that's sentimental to me, then I will keep that. You guys know that I do keep my inserts all the way up until the end of the year. I have a little planner that or just a disc system that I add them to. And then at the end of the year, we do this process, okay? And so since it happens to be December, we have to remove December out, and then we'll reflect on our whole year of inserts from January to December. So that is a part of step one in the process, removing those inserts and then just reflecting on your year. If you do like me, you keep all of your inserts, then you'll be able to do that easier. But if you don't, then just reflect on December because you probably have been reflecting throughout the year on your inserts as you've been tossing them. And during the process as well, you want to see within the layout that you're using if it's working for you. So I recently switched to the monthly tasks layout, which is what this is, and I realized how much I loved it. So I will be using this going forward until it's no longer working for me, and then I'll move on to another layout. But I love this little dashboard of sorts where I can just add all of my monthly tasks here. I don't have to plan on a daily basis too extravagantly. So all I do is this in terms of my weekly spread, so that way I can see what's going on day by day. Otherwise, it's a very simple planner, set of planner inserts that's working for me. So we're going to carry that into January. Now I did do some planning already, and I did add all of my January inserts, but I needed to remove my December inserts as well. So as you can see, I've already planned for January, and this layout is just so fantastic to be able to add sticky notes to it because there's so much blank space. Add your top 3. I add my theocratic schedule here, some things for Addison for school. And then my zone cleaning, since that doesn't change day by day, I do the same thing. So I felt like I was adding the same things to my planner every day. I was writing the same exact things, and I didn't want to do that anymore. So I decided to go for this in hopes that it would simplify things for me, and I could work more efficiently. So that's why I made the change. Okay, so we've got our January in there for our calendar inserts. I'm looking through next month, and I only have this particular insert for some pre-planning, which is fine. So we'll move on to routines. And it doesn't look like there's anything in here that I need to change or remove. Again, remember, you're looking at your dividers. If you have dividers like this, which you probably, well, you may have them, because these were included in our planner box, and I love them, so I decided to use them for myself. I love how they have a pocket here, and even though there's no pocket on this side, I was still able to double side some things. I love it for decor reasons, and then I can store things that are related to that particular subject within that divider. So just so you guys know, these are now available. They went live yesterday on the shop, and they come in a set of 6. So I know you guys have been waiting for these, so they are now available. So each and every divider tab has a pocket, which is cool, and it's a frosted look, so they are very similar to our frosted, but the material is a little different, so you'll see that when you get them. But I love them. And so I'll try to remember to link these below, but they're available on our shop in the dashboards and dividers collection. So you can pick some of these up if you like. All right. And so these are fantastic. I love them. All right. So then we go into the school section. I'll need to remove this because this is for December. And then I have a new one in here for January that I need to plan for. And I think I can keep all of those things in there as well. All right, so that's all you're doing, is just going through each and every section, removing what needs to be removed, reflecting on that particular set of inserts to see if you want to hold on to anything, and just kind of see how things went for the year. All right, financial section. I need to remove some things from that. And again, make sure you're reviewing your setup to see, you know, if did these particular inserts work for me, or do I need to move on to a different system? All right. And then also I like to see if I used some inserts. And if I didn't use those inserts, I may remove those as well. Even though it's kind of cool to have them in the section, I want to be using things. And if I'm not using them, they're not serving a purpose anyways. All right, so I need to remove December out of my business planner. All right, and I'm still in the subject layout. As you can see, it's working so well for me. And I only plan my videos out week by week. I do use Notion, which I'll be using or giving you guys a video on so you can see how I use Notion. But I was planning out the whole entire year, but I find that when I do that, things change around, and I just changed that around in Notion. It's very easy to just move a video out or around within the Notion software. And if I do that, I can't move it around in my planner. So that's why I only typically plan week by week or write it in based on what is in my Notion. And then my subject style is working so well for me. All right, so let's move on to, all right, wellness. Okay, so what I think I decided, y'all, is that I am going to remove certain sections from my planner. I think I'm going to stick with 6, and then this last 6 is going to be moved out for now, and I may move it back in later. So my reason for that is because I hardly ever go into these sections, and then I have a full fitness planner. You guys saw my planner lineup, so there's not really much in these sections. I do need to purge this out because this was for December. Okay, and then my faith, I have a whole faith planner. Then my home stuff, I can move that to a different section if I want, but I don't really use these sections as much as I thought I would. I can move my goals out into a different section, and this would reduce some of the bulk in my planner, some of the clutter in my planner. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, y'all. So I'll only have 6 sections, and then I'll have some top tabs. I won't have the fitness top tab, and I won't have the notes top tab, I don't think, because they're in the wrong order, and that's gonna bother me. I'll have routines in next month, right? Let's see, do I even need routines? I need routines, but do I even need the top tab? Yeah, because I need to be able to split it out. but I don't think I need next month. Okay, so we're gonna remove next month. We're gonna keep routines, we're gonna move out fitness, and we're gonna move out notes, okay? So that's why this process is so important, because you just wanna really see what is working for you and what isn't working for you, and just get rid of those things that aren't working for you. Okay, so that's step 2, review your setup, system, and sections to see if they still work. So we kind of did that as a part of our step 1, reflecting, sorting, and purging out the previous year's inserts. So step 2 is to review your setup and to make sure that it works. And you can just do that by what I kind of just showed you, and you can kind of merge 1 and 2 together. But if you want to do step 2 separately, then you'll want to purge all your inserts out, and then you'll want to flip through your whole entire planner and really decide on what is working for this planner that you have, or get rid of those things that aren't working. Okay, step 3 is to add your new inserts for the upcoming year. Again, 1, 2, and 3 is kind of together. Number 1 was really to just remove those inserts, and number 3 is to add the new ones in, but you can do pretty much 1, 2, and 3 all at the same time. Okay, step 4 is to purge your inbox items and transfer to a new inbox. So you guys know I have a whole inbox system, and they're just a set of inserts that have been working for me. And so what I like to do is go ahead and start fresh and add all of the items that I didn't get complete, because sometimes I'm not always crossing off some of these items, and sometimes I am. So it just all depends on how well I did. And so I'm gonna go through each and every one of these items and see if they are still inbox items or if I've completed them. And then I will take a new sheet and transfer those items on that I know that I need to get done as a part of the year 2023. And I'll transfer them into a new inbox system, okay? The number 4 is to plan your year at a glance. So I have already done that. This is my 2023 year at a glance. And so I've written in everything that I could write in up until I think June, because there's nothing going on yet in July and the rest of the months after that. So I write it all in here. And sometimes I do have some of these things on my phone calendar. And so I like to keep them on both, especially if it's something super important. So I went on to Addison's school calendar for the year, and I figured out all of their breaks and things like that. And I wrote them all in here so I would know that, any digital learning days, any early release days, things like that. And then also all of the stuff that I need to do, outings, events, things like that. So January's got a lot going on. And then once I, look at this, when I get ready to sit down and play my month out, then I'll write all of these things in my month, okay? So you wanna plan your year at a glance, all right? Depending on your life and what you've got going on. And then you wanna transfer that stuff onto your monthly layout. So as you can see, I reflected on my at a glance pages, and I wrote all of those things in from at a glance onto here. And then I also added recurring things here, because I don't add recurring things on my at a glance pages because there's no need for that. I would just literally be writing a lot of things that, done redundant, and I didn't want to have to do that. So I only write them here on my monthly spread, and that helps me. And so I planned my month out, I planned my year at a glance out, and now it's time to plan your first week of January. Again, I'm using a little bit of a different layout, so yours would look, of course, different. You'd be planning day by day. This is like my dashboard of the whole entire month, my cleaning schedule, my to-do list, my habits, any additional habits, or like no spend days or daily text by Marie, all of that is here. And then I like to add my Addison's Magnesium days here via one of our sticky notes, some things for our school. I already kind of talked to you guys through this, my theocratic schedule here, and then top 3, and then all of my weekly tasks I break out here on these pages. So go ahead and plan all of those things out for the first month at a glance in the first week of January. All right, now is the fun part, y'all. We've purged out everything. We've added our new inserts here. We reflected on our year. We kept inserts that we wanted to keep that were maybe sentimental to us. And we've reviewed our setup and system to make sure it's still working for us. Now it is time to add any new decor pieces or changes to maybe our cover or anything like that to freshen up the look. Okay, and we are going to do that. So I have decided that I am going to change my entire look. So I have our new covers here. These are our vegan leather covers here, and they only come in gray for now, and they only come in classic size. I just placed an order for half letter, mini, and A5 disc punch. I may even do skinny classic. We'll see. Y'all will have to let me know in the comments below if I should order skinny classic. So they are just stunning, super soft, very stiff, so they're not gonna, you know, bend when you add them to your planner setup. They've got a little frosted situation right here, and look at the pattern, y'all. Isn't that just gorgeous? And then it's got our logo on the inside of the cover, right, y'all? Where's our logo? Oh, on the outside cover. So there's the logo. Super pretty. So this is what I'm going to be using until I decide to go back to a vegan leather cover. So I've got some discs here in frosted. I was using clear discs in my planner, but I decided to go for some frosted discs now. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those to the cover here. And these are our 1.50 discs, so they're the largest discs that we offer. And I always need them because my planner leans to the bulky side because I've got so much in there. So we'll see how it works out with removing those 6 sections. All right, and so I'm gonna keep everything on or in this planner that I leave behind, because if I decide to go back to this sort of setup, I want to be able to do that easily. So I'm not going to disassemble it. All right, all I'm going to do is pull out those items that I want to transfer into this particular setup. So I will do that really quickly, and then we're going to add some other things as well. All right, so we also got new rulers, you guys. So excited about these. They are wide, so they're not like super narrow. So you could fit some of our transparent sticky notes on them if you want to create a similar dashboard to what I created. As you can see, it will fit on there perfectly. So this is what I'm going to be using for my today marker. You could grab a sticker from our shop to indicate that at the top if you wanted to. And so that's what I'm going to use to move day to day. So that way, or week to week, so that way I can make sure that I am easily able to access whatever section I'm in. This is what I was currently using, which worked out well also. So I'm going to remove some of these things from here just so I can have them on my new ruler. And this is what we'll be using going forward. I'll need to grab a new adhesive pocket because I do like to have this little reminders here of like a schedule for, or things to do like while I'm doing my personal study. It says pray often, have a routine, and this has really been helping me to stay on track with those things. So I'm gonna pin that here until I can get a new adhesive pocket, and I'm gonna transfer that over because I am gonna be turning this in soon. So I'm gonna add that to my bookmarker also. And then I see that I have a transparent sticky note that I don't wanna waste. So I'm just gonna transfer that to the back here. All right, you see that? So I love this. So I'm gonna pop that in right here. All right, and y'all, I am also going to be changing out my divider dashboards, these. So I have a whole set of them here, and then I have some stickers here that I'm gonna be using. So once I get done doing all of the pulling out of sorts and adding to this planner, then I'm going to go back and remove these and add in some fresh dashboards. Sometimes I feel like I just, you know, need fresh ones just because sometimes they get, you know, bent. I'm a little rough sometimes, and I don't know, like a fresh look and feel. So we will be doing that, or maybe I'll just replace a couple of them because I see that a couple of them, only literally one of them really needs to be changed out, and that would save me some time. So again, I didn't want to move next month over, but it has too many sticky notes on it, even though I haven't really been using this section that much, and it only has one insert in it. But I like having that dashboard there with the sticky notes to be able to easily grab those whenever I need to use them. And we did want to move over routines. That's an important section for me. And so we're just going to continue to move over all of these inserts. And then once we're done, we'll pull out the dividers that need to be replaced, add the sticker to the divider, and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, I transferred everything over. Now I need to go to the back and grab out this sheet because this has my pin loops on there. And then I'll have to add one more pin loop holder because I have 3 pin loops and this planner doesn't come with one. So I'll have to add this to the back. All right, I like to add the pin to the pin loop before I just stick it in the planner because I want to make sure that it's going to work the way I want it to work and I have it positioned correctly. All right, and then I also have this zipper pouch that I wanted to add. I have some stickers in here that I use to plan every now and again, and I was just keeping it on the inside of one of the pockets in my planner, but I'm gonna add this to the back here. And then I do have some sticky notes here that I use, and I want to keep those in my planner, so I'm just gonna move those out of here, and then I'm gonna add them to this. Perfect. Okay, so everything is almost done with the exception of the dividers. So as you can see here, this is what I was talking about. There's 2 of them that are like bent. I don't know if you can see them on this. These 2, school and meal plan. So anyways, I'm gonna change them out. So I don't need all of them, but I'll keep, just in case any of the other ones get bent, I'll use these to replace those. All right, the school is the 3rd. So I have planner subjects and I have work because I needed the work sticker. No, I thought I needed the work sticker, but I don't. I think I'm gonna keep this in finances and only do these 2. So I need to grab school from here. And again, that is the 3rd tab. All right. And I could probably get away with keeping meal plan, but I'm gonna change it out. I love that these have a folder, y'all. Just to be able to add that, because this serves as decor, and then also it serves as a functional to be able to add some different things. All right, and then meal plan is the 4th one. These sticky notes off and put them at the bottom. I'm still gonna keep these though. I can't see myself ever tossing things out, and that's my problem. And if I ever develop any other sort of system, these would work well with that. So we don't throw them away. All right, I'm gonna put them back in the bag. All right, and then I need meal planning for this tab. All right, y'all. Let's see how she closes. she's looking good, y'all. I'm very happy with her. Yeah, all right. So y'all know that this is my Sharpie that I use for the transparent sticky notes because it just works the best. It's what I've found to work the best. And you don't also have to use this sheet right here. You could actually just stick it all, you know, stick the pin loop on your planner directly. As you can see, I did in the back here, and it's a little crooked, so I'm going to move it. Just so you know, but I like to just have this here. This works for me. And then I have a highlighter here at the bottom. So I use three pens. And so all of that stuff definitely would not have fit in this planner if I kept it in that leather cover. And so I've got everything situated the way I want it. All of my tabs here that I go into on a daily basis are here. The other ones, if I find that I'm missing out on those, then I will add them back here. And we'll see, we'll see how that whole thing works out. So the next step in the process is to do a quick flip through just to make sure everything looks good and you've got everything set up the way you want it. And if you don't, of course, purge things out or flip things around or whatever you need to do to get it set up the way you want to have it set up to where it's going to be the most functional for you. So I always just do a quick flip through just to make sure I didn't forget about anything. And again, just to make sure that this is going to be the best setup that's going to work out for me in the long term. Remember, I still have to move this. I still have to get a sticky pocket for that. All right. Still not completely sold on the next month tab, so we'll have to just keep an eye on that just to make sure. All right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove some of these I'm going to remove this, and I'm obviously working on that recipe card, and then I'm going to remove some of these recipe cards and put them in my meal planner because they're keeping too much bulk in here, and I can always go into my meal planner to grab more as needed. All right. Perfect. I'll take these out too because I feel like I've got enough habit trackers. See, that's why this is an important part of the process. After you have everything set up, just to go through it one more time, just to make sure. I'm trying to see if there's anything in here because I don't think I went through this section as well for 2023. I'm going to remove this because I have a whole different way of tracking that. This and this. Take that out too. That was for the budget box. All right, I think we are good to go, you guys. All right, yeah, we're good to go. I feel good about it. So again, the last step in the process is to think about your schedule for maintaining this beautiful new planner that you have, or this refreshed setup that you have for 2023. You want to make sure that you develop some sort of schedule for maintaining it. So I do have a planner routine, and I keep that in my routine section. So that way I can remember all of the things that I need to do in terms of keeping up with my planner and making sure I'm keeping up with my schedules and writing in my planner to make sure that I'm getting done all the things that I need to get done. So I do keep a planner routine in here. This comes on inserts like this, and then also vellum. The vellum is just one sheet. The planner routine inserts comes with this as the front page, and then a set of notes pages after that. So this is a great insert that I feel like could be helpful to pretty much anybody. So I do keep it in here, although it is pretty much second nature for me to be able to know what I need to do daily, weekly, and monthly. But I do just, for some reason, like to keep it in here for reference. So this would be a great starting point for you to be able to develop a planner routine if you haven't yet done that, because that's an important part of the process. If you're not keeping up with your planner, then you're not going to be able to get done all of those things that you wrote in your planner. So think about a routine that you could develop to help with that, okay? So that is the last step in the process of refreshing your planner and getting it ready for 2023. As you see, I pretty much have a whole new setup. I purged some things out. I added some new decor pieces, and I really made it functional for how I believe that I'm going to use it. And I'm really loving how it's going to look. So again, this will be a blog post on my on Fancy Plans Co, so that you could go back and read this article as opposed to watching a full video. You could just read the article, and it'll have some additional tips that will help you to reset your planner for 2023. Well, I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, these half letter covers will be available within the coming months, hopefully sooner, but we do have this particular cover in classic size. Looks exactly like this, and so if you have a classic planner, you could go ahead and order those if you so choose. Remember, we have the new page markers that I just showed you. We have the new dashboards that came in the planner box, now available a la carte. We've got a lot of stuff. We also have a new Bible journal. I know you guys saw my lineup video the other day. I talked to you guys about my faith planner, but I have transitioned to a new planner, and it is amazing. Like, I really love it. So check out that video on my YouTube channel if you want to see exactly what I'm talking about. But y'all, I'm feeling really good for 2023. I love the setup. It is a lot thinner than it was. Again, I might eventually go back to my leather cover. You guys already know how I am. But this is just such a perfect size to be able to toss in my bag. And sometimes I feel like you need a refreshed look, just to really inspire you and to make you want to open your planner to use it. So that's what I think I've achieved in this video. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I really appreciate you joining me for another video. Hopefully you loved it so much so that you'll give me a thumbs up on this video. You will consider subscribing to my channel if you're new here. And of course, I want you to come back and catch another one, in which case I'll see you then.